everyone. Glad to be with you today doing a math video. We are going to continue talking about problem solving with word problems. And today we're going to talk about the problem type called part, part, whole. Okay, so there's some clues right there. Part, whole. Some pieces and then a whole. Yep, you got it. Let me switch over to my document camera and then we'll get started. Okay, here we go. So like I said, today we're going to talk about this type of problem type, part, whole. And we're going to start where the whole is missing. And the whole, in this instance, is like the answer. We get one part, we get a second part, and then we have to figure out the answer. Now, one thing that I want to tell you about the part, whole problems before we get going into it is the math is just straightforward in these problems. You get a number, you get another number, and then you find the whole, or you might have to find a part. There isn't any action. There isn't any change in the problem. You've just got to find either the whole or the missing part. And that's what makes these a little bit different from the join and the separate problems. Okay, so let's jump right in and find out about these boys and girls in the school chorus. So there are 37 girls and 46 boys in the chorus. How many children are in the chorus? So there's my question. And for me, I want to be able to answer that there are blank children in the chorus. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be able to say at the end of my problem, and I will know that I've answered my question. So let's look at what we know. There are 37 girls, 46 boys, and I want to know how many there are altogether. So I'm going to do a different diagram this time for a part, whole. I'm just going to make a rectangle. Then I'm going to put a line down the middle like that. And then a line separating that part up there. So this is a part. This is a part. And then this bottom part is the whole. Okay? So that these two make this. It just gives a visual reminder of what we're doing and that we need both of these to make this. So part of this problem is that there are 37 girls, and the other part is that there are 46 boys. I want to know what the whole is. Okay, so let me set up my addition problem like this. Do you agree? Yeah, that would give me the whole amount. 6 plus 7 or 7 plus 6 is 13. I put my 3. I carry my 1, which is a 10. And then 4 plus 3 is 7, plus the 1 I carried is 8. So how many children are in the chorus? 83. You could do this. You know that I like that number line strategy to show the relationship between the numbers. You certainly could do this on the number line. You could start with the 37, and to the 37, you could make your 46 jumps, and you bet that you would land on 83. Got it. Okay. Let's move on to another part, whole. All right. This time, we have a missing part, a missing piece of the problem. It might be the second part, like I circled here where I put my question marks, but it also might be the first part, okay? I'm only going to do just this one example for right now, but the same applies for both. All right, so we're missing a part. We know the whole. We got to figure out what the missing part is. So let's go ahead to our problem. There are 672 students at Yao Elementary School. 408 of them are girls and the rest are boys. How many boys attend Yao Elementary School? Okay, there's my question. So I want to be able to say at the end of this problem, blank boys attend or go to YES? Go to Yowl Elementary School, okay? So I'm going to make my diagram over here. Again, it's my rectangle. And remember, this just represents that two parts make the whole. So this is a part, this is a part, and there's the whole. Since there is no action, I'm not taking away or anything or adding to, I can put the part either place. I can put it at the front of the problem or in the middle. So either of these, let me draw another diagram and show you what I mean. Either will help solve the problem when I have the part whole. So 672 students at Yowl, that is the whole. $408 of them are girls. See, that's a part. And the other part I need to figure out are the boys. And I can do it either way. Since there's no action, I can put the part there. So here are my girls. We got to figure out the boys. Okay, so I can put it either place in my diagram. So let's figure out what we need to do. We know 408 of them are girls. We got to figure out the boys. So if I take the whole amount of students and I subtract the amount that are girls, what is that answer going to tell me? It's going to tell me the amount that are boys. You got it. You are right on track with me. So let's go ahead and do that subtraction. 2 minus 8. In my ones place, I can't do that, so I'm going to borrow 10 here. This is going to become a 6, and this gets to now become a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. 6 minus 0 is 6, and 6 minus 4 is 2. So how many boys attend Yowl Elementary School? 264. Way to go, everybody. And that answers now my question. If I wanted to put this on my number line, remember, number lines are they're yours. They're exactly how you want to make them. I'd start with 408. I'd end with 672. And I would do jumps on my number line to figure out the difference between these two numbers. And that difference would be 264. All right, let's look at the last type of part whole. Oh no, what do we do? Both parts are missing. The beginning part, the second part, but I do know the whole. So can you think about what that might mean in a problem like this? It's really simple and not meant to confuse you. It just means that there's more than one answer. Okay? So let's look at this problem, and then I want to show you something, okay? Lisa has a candy dish in her kitchen with 215 pieces of candy. Some of the candy is Starburst and some are Tootsie Rolls. How many Starbursts could there be? How many Tootsie Rolls could there be? Okay? So look. Here's my diagram. And I know that the whole is 215. So what could make 215? How could we answer this question? There are blank, and I'm just going to put SB for Starbursts, and there are blank TR for my Tootsie Rolls, okay? When you're missing both parts, like I said before, it just means that there's more than one answer. So I want to step away from the numbers in the problem really quickly And let's do this on with a smaller number, and then we're going to come back to this one. I'm going to flip my page over. So I'm going to make my box that helps me stay organized. What if in her kitchen she only had 10 pieces of candy? Only 10. And we had to figure out the two parts. Well, think about that. Could she have 1 Starburst and 9 Tootsie Rolls? Sure she could, because that would be a total of 10. Could she have 2 Starburst and 8 Tootsie Rolls for a total of 10? Yes, absolutely. Could she have 5 Starburst and 5 Tootsie Rolls for the whole amount of 10? Yes, definitely. So when both parts are missing, that just means that the numbers that you come up with for each part might be different than someone else's numbers, as long as the whole is the same. Okay? So now, let's come back to this. She has some Starburst and some Tootsie Rolls for a total of 215. What numbers are going to go there? Well, we could be really, really simple, and the problem would be correct. Check this out. I could say she had 1 Starburst and 214 Tootsie Rolls for the whole amount of 215, and that would be correct. But I also could do something like this. I could take the whole, which is 215, and say, I am not sure what the answer is going to be, but maybe I want to say that she has 65 Starburst. Okay? So if she has 215 and we take away the 65 Starburst, what is my answer going to be? My answer will be her amount of Tootsie Rolls. So 5 minus 5 is 0. 1 minus 6, I can't do that in my tens place. So that becomes a 1. This becomes an 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. 1 minus 1 is, 1 minus 0 is 1. So check that out. By doing a little bit of math there, I didn't mean to do that. I know that the whole is 215, and I could say that she has 65 Starburst and 150 Tootsie Rolls. Now, that's just a number I chose to subtract. You can choose any number. One amount would represent your Starburst. For this problem, one amount would represent the Starburst, one amount would represent the Tootsie Rolls. As long as the two numbers that you choose when both parts are missing equal the whole. Okay? So, as we have worked on part whole today, remember you might have a problem where you're missing the whole. Okay? The sum of the two parts. You might have a problem where you're missing one part. And how you set it up, because there is no action, we're not taking away or adding to, either way you set it up is going to be fine. You're going to get the exact same answer. You might have a problem where you're missing both parts, okay? And when you do that, just know there's more than one correct answer. 1 and 214, perfect. 65 and 150, perfect. Are there a lot more? Absolutely. All right, everybody. Great job with this. Hang in there. Keep doing your best with your math. And I look forward to doing another math video with you really soon.